Hey guys, so this is going to be my first in a series of parenting in a pandemic. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Lauren Hollows. I am teaching my 6-year-old and 12-year-old from home. My husband's FIFO, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And I work 40, 50 hours a week. Closer to 50 or 60 sometimes. So I just wanted to share some tips on kind of how I'm setting up my schedule, what's working for us, what's not worked for us, what we're trying and what's going well. I am definitely a planner. I like to have a plan. Life does not always go to that plan, but I like to try and incorporate some sort of structure where I can. So the structure that I'm utilizing for work at the moment, even during the school holidays, is that from 9 till 12 in the morning is kind of education time. We're keeping to that even during school holidays. I'm being a little bit more relaxed with it, but 50 to 60 minutes of English and 50 to 60 minutes of mathematics in particular is what we're sticking with while we're doing school holidays. And then when we go back to our regular school schedule, it will be English first thing in the morning, then science, because that's a little bit more hands-on, and then mathematics. And then in the afternoon, it's arts, and sports and humanities, and things like that. So again, when my husband is here, he's helping out in the afternoon, taking on a lot of that kind of the PE, sports, arts sort of thing. But I'm taking point in the morning. So my work schedule during the day is that my work knows that from 9 till 12, I'm not contactable. Then I come online at about 12:30. I'm online from 12:30 till about 5:30. I then go back offline, and from 5 till about 8:30 is family time, and then I work from about 8:30 through till midnight. Totally understanding that that's not going to work for a lot of people, but that's what works for me. I don't mind going to bed at midnight and then getting up at 7. For me, 7 hours, that's actually a really good night's sleep. So that's kind of how I'm working things at the moment. We have kind of organized, so some of the things that don't work well is not having a schedule for us. Otherwise the days all kind of meld into each other to the point that my son, actually my 6-year-old, managed to convince me that Easter Sunday was a week early. And I totally missed that, I worked on the Friday. I'm Buddhist, so little disclaimer there that this is, Easter is not a huge thing in our house, but Easter Bunny does come and visit, and my son goes to a Catholic school, so he participates in those events as well. We do as a family. So we have set kind of schedules and nights for we've got 2 nights a week where there is absolutely no screen time from 5 o'clock onwards. And then we've got about 45 minutes every day where there's a downtime for screen time as well. So we've kind of worked in periods where we make sure that screen time devices are put away, even though a lot of our education sort of stuff does actually happen online. So for English, there's some really great apps out there that we're utilizing. For my high school child, during the school holidays, Elevate is a really good one. I actually use Elevate myself. I find it really good as an app for a brain training perspective. And also, for building those skills. It does work in some gamification as well. So that works really well for my high school child. There's some great apps by Reading Doctor. For younger children, my youngest son is dyslexic, so those have been absolutely brilliant for him. So he does a little bit on that every morning as well. And then we do a lot of games. So there's some really good educational toys out there called Learning Can Be Fun. You can purchase them from Officeworks. There's like Snap and Go Fish games that all are linked to like English, maths, you know, for doing blended consonants and split digraphs and, you know, addition and multiplication. And there's, you know, bingo games that are associated with that and all of that sort of stuff as well. So we use a lot of like games, playing games and stuff like that. And generally across a 50-minute lesson, I will alternate every 10 minutes, every 10 to 12 minutes playing a game or doing something like a worksheet, or, you know, your more sort of typical drier sorts of activities. For mathematics, Prodigy is great for all years. Both my kids use this and they really love it. When your kids are once the kids are a little bit older, from about 8, 9 years onwards, they can actually do most of it themselves as well. And as a parent, you get a weekly report. You can even get a daily report if you want to, on what progress they're making. You can adjust the level for schooling and things like that they're doing as well. So I found that really, really helpful. And again, it uses a lot of gamification, Pokemon sort of stuff, which the kids seem to really enjoy. So that's kind of what we're doing. As I said, we're maintaining that even through the school holidays, mainly so that we can kind of keep that Monday to Friday structure in place, because that way, you know, the weekends are still something to look forward to when mummy doesn't have to work as much. I still do a couple of hours work on the weekends to kind of make up, and then I try and keep Sundays as, you know, a bit of a downtime day for myself. So that, look, every household and every family are going to be different. Most families that I talk to, trying to abide by a really prescriptive structure does not work. You know, trying to have every day, every hour of the week planned out. I know for science, we've got themes and we pick a question and then we kind of we explore that question together as a family. So for those of you that might not have as many, you know, as much of an educational background or any formal teaching degrees, you know, that shared exploring of a question can work really, really well. And that can then bleed into other areas. But, you know, mornings are really, really good for kids in relationship to being able to do that. From about 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock tends to be most people's peaks. So my suggestion to you is to have kind of a loose schedule. Don't be overly prescriptive. But, you know, we set by a schedule because otherwise it is really easy for days, you know, and weeks to blend in together. Have that downtime for your kids and for the family. For really young kids, we have actually ordered some tech glasses. These are glasses that reduce the blue light because they're spending a lot more time online because their learning has moved online. So if you look up blue light glasses, that can be another way to kind of just help your kids deal with the increased amounts. And just look, give yourselves a break as well. If you try something, it works, great. If it doesn't work out, don't stress out. I'm going to try and put together a couple of things over the next few weeks for anyone who wants some additional resources. If you are on Facebook, I would suggest you look up the Holderness family, Holdernesses. There are some absolutely hilarious videos and clips by them as well. And when you need a laugh as a parent, they are an absolutely great go-to source of, yes, this is what my life is like now. So take care of yourselves, be good to yourselves. Being a parent is hard enough without having to add being a parent, teacher, and manager and staff member literally all at the same time. But I will try and give you guys as many hints, tips, and tricks as possible. I'll put all of the links that I've talked about in the notes or in the comments section. If you've got any other questions that you want to ask, please, by all means, post them up. I'm more than happy to try and help out. Otherwise, be good, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay inside. Thanks, guys. Bye.